one of them being the former President Jacob Zuma, who faces a host of corruption charges.
Now people are going to think this guy is Jacob Zuma. This is the podcast of the hour, too sweet to be sour. What you see is what you get, what you don't is better yet. It's South Africa speak, make just regret. And if you haven't subscribed, you've made a bad bet now. Like and subscribe and get ready to get into a deep dive into the podcast vibe. So ladies and gentlemen, let's just watch this video.
South African President Cyril Ramaphosa is calling for unity after his...
Ramaphosa. Jesus, man. Like people, like, can't you see that? People. Paul. Not fall. It's like Posa, Ramaphosa. Strong P.
South African President Cyril Ramaphosa is calling for unity after his party lost its 30-year majority. It's the first time the African National Congress has not held a majority since apartheid ended 3 decades ago. Official results show the party winning just 100.
They always bring back apartheid thing. Let it go, man. We know what happened. You just want to clickbait people into Jesus, man, just...
ended 3 decades ago. Official results show the party winning just 159 seats in the country's assembly. That's down from 230 seats in the previous election. More than 50 parties took part in the election process. Now talks are expected to begin on the creation of a coalition government in order to oversee the country. Let's bring in CBS News foreign correspondent Deborah Patta from Johannesburg, South Africa.
I guess she knows it all. She knows about coalitions and she knows how it goes and let's see what Deborah has to say, huh? Maybe Deborah knows something that we don't know. Maybe Deborah's gonna enlighten us today, huh? Deborah, let's go, Deborah.
How significant is this defeat for the ANC?
Oh, it's very significant. This is a big blow. Think back, on the 27th of April, 1994,
Jesus.
Black and white South Africans voted side by...
They always want to take it back there, bruv. Why? You don't have to, man. Just tell us the story and damn, man. Bruh, leave the dead alone. Nelson Mandela is dead and he's been dead for a while and yeah, we know.
Side for the first time in the country's history. It was historic, an incredible moment as Nelson Mandela became the first black president of this country, and his
we know him and we're happy about it.
The African National Congress easily swept to power. Now,
the thing I hate about these people, it's I don't know, they want to portray us in a way that they see us themselves. There's a lot of videos and pictures that you can show. You just have to show this one, where ballots, people are papers on the ground and a bunch of black people on their knees. You don't have to, man. It's not wherever you go to, whenever you go to voting stations, it's gonna be like this. No, it's not gonna be like this. I don't like how these people portray us, man. I don't like it. It's weird. Stop doing it, man.
50 years later, the party that brought democracy to South Africa has essentially been defeated by it, losing its electoral majority for the first time, as you pointed out, in 3 decades. This is South Africa's 7th election, and really, South Africans had a lot to complain about. A stubbornly high unemployment rate, which officially hit around 32% last year, but
it's not 32, it's 60. It's about 60, somewhere there.
Is a lot higher. Economic inequalities, rampant corruption, a lack of service delivery in poor areas, and then there were the frequent power cuts, as well as a soaring crime rate. I think the figures for the last 3 months of last year were around 130 murders and 80 rapes a day. So this has dented confidence in the ruling party, and this was...
Man, they just want to tell these people are living in a bad... People are murdering and raping each other. It's yeah. We live in a fucked up country with no ends.
Real slap in the face for the ANC. Well below 50% that is needed to stay in power. But perhaps on a positive side, it does show that for better or worse, Lindsay, South Africa has a constitutional democracy. The current President Cyril Ramaphosa was gracious in defeat, saying that whether we like it or not, the people have spoken. No single party now has the mandate to run this country.
What are the next steps?
enlighten us again. What are the next step? I want to hear this one. Maybe she's gonna say something smart. Okay, she said something. Yeah, most of what she said was accurate. But it was most of it was just attention grabbing. It wasn't like trying to like breaking new ground of like something that people didn't know. It's not. Yeah. It's just like shining a light on like things that are bright. Yeah, that's what she did.
Well, the ANC has 2 weeks to form a power-sharing government. It can either form a coalition government or a government of national unity. The three biggest parties after the ANC are all potential possibilities. The Democratic Alliance got about 21%. It's regarded really as a white middle-class party by a lot of black South Africans who are living in poverty. South Africa remains one of the most unequal countries in the world. Then there are two...
At least you got to say something that's accurate there. Yeah. We know that.
Africa remains one of the most unequal countries in the world. Then there are two other parties which are essentially breakaways from the African National Congress, one of them being the former President Jacob Zuma, who faces a host of corruption charges.
Now people are going to think this guy is Jacob Zuma. This is John Steenhuisen. And this is not Jacob Zuma, ladies and gentlemen. This is a white guy. Jacob Zuma is an elderly black man, elderly Zulu man. Yeah.
President Jacob Zuma, who faces a host of corruption charges. That is his party. He himself cannot run for office.
This is Jacob Zuma.
He is a convicted felon, but he is certainly the hand that is managing that party. So that...
These people are going to think this country is run by convicted felons. Yeah, man, we have that guy there. The thing is, like, the Zulus love him. What are we going to do now? The Zulus love him. We know he's a convicted felon, but the Zulus love him. And most of South Africa's population is the Zulus. Yeah.
That's the one option. They could go into a coalition government, or they could form a government of national...
Not most. I meant to say the language which has the highest percentage of people in South Africa are the Zulus.
Unity, whereby all the major parties would have a say in the government. That is essentially what South Africa did in 1994, even though the ANC won power then. And that is one of the options that is being touted quite strongly right now. Whether or not they can pull it off remains to be seen. But certainly, if that did happen, it could be a reset for this country in allowing all these parties to get involved in sorting some of the key issues out here. There's still a lot to be discussed, though. There are going to be a lot of horse trading going on over the next 2 weeks.
Deborah Petta, thank you.
You know what? I love this country. Like, I was born here and like spread here. Like, I love this country. I love the people. And the thing is, like, you care about it. You have to. Like, I have to care about it. So I just hope we get to a good place. Like, I hope whatever comes out of this coalition is just a good thing. Yeah. So like and subscribe. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen.